So what's all the fuss about Tyvek? Why do people love it and why do people try to include it in their work? It's a fabulous product, but you need to know how to control it and how to camouflage it in your work. While it's a wonderful thing, it needs to be used carefully. Let me show you how to use it. Tyvek is really good for creating texture to add to your work, or indeed just to use it by itself. I'll show you how to foil Tyvek in this video. You can also use it to create three-dimensional forms and bowls. But one of the things I love most is layering it and stitching into it on the machine and then zapping back with the heat gun. You get such incredible textures, and I just love the process. So let's start at the beginning. I only recommend that you use white Tyvek, white on both sides. I use the paper weight Tyvek, which is 75 grams, and I use the fabric weight one, which the Scene of Crime suits are made out of, and sometimes you can get them in hardware stores as all-in-one protective suits. If you buy the suits in a hardware store, they need to have Tyvek on them, otherwise they're not Tyvek. And you can buy the sheets on many different online platforms. Please don't ever use any Tyvek that you've seen being used on building sites. Tyvek is an amazing product, and one of the things it's used for is for wrapping buildings and for lining roofs. It's a semi-permeable membrane. It's polyethylene, and it's inert when you heat it, a bit like me after a couple of vodkas. There are no fumes from Tyvek, only from what you put onto Tyvek. So we never use oil-based paints when we're working with heat, which we will be with Tyvek. Some of the building sites will have Tyvek that has a blue or a grey side with an added membrane on the Tyvek. Don't ever use that. Only ever use Tyvek that is white on both sides. I don't know what's going to happen when you heat it, so please don't. It's just not worth it. Spend some money and buy some Tyvek, then you know what it is. Tyvek is also made into envelopes. You may receive parcels in a Tyvek envelope, and I believe these are also free in various post offices across the United States. And I've heard that there are silver Tyvek envelopes, but I've never seen one yet. So if anybody ever finds one, do let me know. It's like the Holy Grail. You can paint your Tyvek with more or less any water-based paint. Like I said before, don't use oil-based, because when you heat them, they'll give off fumes. So anything that's water soluble. So I tend to use acrylics, but not too thickly. It's a bit like when you paint Bondaweb or Lisafix or Wonder Under. You don't want the paint to form a barrier because the heat won't work. So I tend to paint one side, wait for it to dry, and then paint the other side. And I usually do them in contrasting colours. You can see the brush strokes here because I tend to dry brush my paint on. I don't use water too much because number one, it takes too long to dry and I get very bored. And number two, I quite like the texture of the brush marks, but you can do whatever you like. You can leave them wet with crinkled up cling film on. You can do all kinds of textures with salt, all kinds of things. I just tend to paint the paint on because I just want colour. So I tend to use one or two colours on each side, but I like them to merge in. I don't like anything too stripy and too contrasty, so they tend to be kind of merging metallics, blues and greens, reds, whatever you tend to be working on at the time. If you're working with Tyvek and you want to add it to a piece of work, say with some Bondaweb or Lisafix, I would paint the Bondaweb and the Tyvek with the same paint so they're the same colour. Then the Tyvek won't be too jumpy texture-wise when you put it onto your work. But more about that later. So lots of lovely possibilities with this Tyvek. Right, let's get painting. So I tend to use basic acrylics. Sometimes I use metallics. Anything that is water-based is fine to work on Tyvek. One thing I would make a comment about is don't use paints that have latex in them that are particularly good for printing. They're very high metallic and they're gorgeous. But if you paint Bondaweb and Tyvek with them, the latex can get in the way of the heat and things won't texture properly. And with the Bondaweb, the backing paper doesn't come off very easily. So it's totally up to you what you use, as long as it's water-based and you paint quite thinly. I'll just demonstrate that now. So I have an old plastic studio jug with some water in and a big old paintbrush. I tend to use 2-inch wide paintbrushes, decorators paintbrushes, because thin ones take much longer. And also if you use a thin paintbrush, you tend to get stripes, and that's not what we're really looking for. So I would tend to just squirt a small amount of paint to start with onto the Tyvek and then start to work it in. Might add a little bit of water just to help it get going. I'm going to add another colour now. Bit of yellow. These paints have been in the studio for a while, so they're a bit dry, but they're fine. So I'm going to start to mix the yellow with the blue. So that's not too stripy. It's not too much anything. It's just a nice set of merging colours. And then you just need, when that's dry, you just need to turn it over and paint the other side in a similar way, but maybe with a different colour. Because what will happen when you heat the Tyvek, it kind of curls around. So having a different colour underneath can be good fun. What I would do is paint 10 or 12 sheets at one time. So I would paint the first side on all 12 pieces of Tyvek. And then it only takes a few minutes for them to dry, and then you can turn them over and paint the other side. And then you're ready to rock and roll.